talking about the All Blacks, the pressure he's under, the selectors and the team, is everyone expects them to win every single time they take the field. It's huge pressure, and I thought to myself, man, it's unbelievable pressure every time, and that's the pressure that's on these guys. Hence the reason I'm guessing why he's gone for some flair in the back line with Bodie and David McKenzie at fullback, just to run ragged. But I didn't realise until I read the whole article, and it's pretty immense pressure, Every game they play, they're expected to win.
I agree. You must agree with that too, Ra. The All Blacks usually are under a lot of pressure, and there is this huge expectation for them to win, isn't there?
Well, that's the price you pay for, having that consistency of the amount of wins you have every season. And as we know, the All Blacks, you can go back years and years, and, you can see why that expectation is there. I mean, the players themselves could even tell you that, once you put on that black jersey, you transform into giant killers, into unbeatable sort of opponents. So, I think that's the price you pay for wearing the All Black silver food. And it is a lot of pressure on coaches, but at least I think in the coaches' favour, when you have the calibre of players that do pull on that All Black jersey, it just makes your job that little bit easier. So, I think it's part and parcel of the job. You just got to take the good with the bad, and thank goodness for the ABs that there's been more good than bad. And, let's hope that continues against England. It is going to be a good game, I think, and as much as I think everybody's putting their money on the ABs, those Pobs can still beat us. That's why we sort of look at that game with a bit of apprehension, because of all teams that can get upset the All Blacks, it's the men in white. So let's hope that doesn't happen, and let's hope they can add another sort of tick for Coach Hansard.
True. But like you said, Reno, there is a lot of pressure. That mostly comes about, I suppose, from the fans, as in part, but also because I think of the record that the All Blacks hold. What do you reckon there, Reno?
Yeah, it is, and hence the reason why I'm guessing we're the number one team in the world. We've won back-to-back World Cups, and that all comes of pressure from all angles. The fans are one of the ones that are the biggest, I would guess, that apply it. And obviously with the added event of, social media, everyone becomes a keyboard warrior, whether you win or lose. If you lose, it's it's worse. So, the pressure is just unreal. And at the end of the day, mate, they're only human, and they can only do what they can. And we know they've got skills, and when they put on the black jersey, they become superheroes in some kids' eyes as such. And the expectation is huge. I always go forward to next year. It's World Cup year next year. If we lose tomorrow morning, who cares? The main goal is their William Webb Ellis Trophy next year. And that's where he's going to focus on, because I'm guessing Steve Hansen, the pressure he's been under ever since being an assistant, then the main coach, he'll bow out. He wants to bow out on a high. And we know Dave Rennie, I think it is Dave Rennie, is touted as a new coach to take over from World Cup. So, a lot of pressure on Steve Hansen and the players. There'll be a lot of Kiwis watching it tomorrow, and we'll see what happens, mate. It's that the result goes our way, and they shut up their blimmin' dumb song. Well,
I agree. I hope they do shut up that dumb song, because like you said, like JT says, hey JT, they should never be singing that song, really. Hey, bro.
Yeah, no, it's not a dumb song. It's actually a great song.
Yes.
Those pompous twits have no right to sing
it. I agree. I didn't. Wish I knew when did that come out? I think, wasn't it during a World Cup? Wasn't it during the World Cup that they had there a few years ago? Do you remember when they first used that, Reno?
No, I don't. I really don't. I think it might be, who knows? It just come out of the crowd, I would guess, just out of the bloody blue.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I don't know the background. Like JT, it's a damn good song, but I don't know how they got to sing that song all of a sudden. I don't know. I don't know if someone in the stadium played it through the speaker system, and what Poms do, or start singing like they do at the football games, and just sung it, then might have adopted it to the game. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I don't know either. I can't even remember. Would you have any clue there, Ra?
No, I wouldn't have finished like Keithy. Maybe some of their fans, sung it in the pub after one of the England games, and, it's such an easy song to sing. It's a good song. Sadly, the England team don't do it justice, and, maybe it caught on from there. They usually do start, from having a few brown ones, cold ones, and before you know it, the whole stadium's sort of in full flight chorus. So, like most origins, it probably started that way, perhaps.
Yeah, could have been. Could be right. Could be right indeed. Anyway, what else is happening sports-wise around the place there, Reno?
Yeah, well, I suppose we haven't touched on the Māori All Blacks. They got a big game as well, up against Brazil, and looking forward to a few of the young guys getting out there and putting on the Māori jersey and representing the whānau and everything, the whānau back home and all that. So that's going to be another big game as well. It's just unfortunate as we move through to next weekend, it's a double clash of the two games. The All Blacks will be on and the Māori All Blacks. That's televised, so they clash against each other. The Black Ferns, heading into the 20th minute of their game this morning against France, it was still 0-0. So our Black Fern girls got a tough job ahead of themselves.
Yeah, they do. I guess they do. Though I remember you saying that was it last weekend or that France was that it's going to be a tough game against the USA. Well, they wasn't that tough. I mean, they went and destroyed the USA, but it's still going to be it's going to be a different game, I think. Possibly. What do you reckon about that game there, Ra Walker?
Yeah, what the woman, Keithy, look, I watched that the Black Ferns take on the USA, and I'll tell you, I was really very impressed. The ladies were quite clinical in their approach to the match, and I'll tell you, women's rugby has come a long way. There's so much class and so much sort of style that, I actually don't mind watching a whole game. That's how sort of impressed and how good the standards lifted. And, it's really entertaining to watch. Sadly, for the teams on the other end of the Kiwis, sort of, they don't sort of stand too much of a chance. But I'll tell you, there's some good players in that New Zealand women's team, and it's a watch the space. And I'm picking them to take out the next Women's World Cup. There's just so much, even up and coming talent. We sort of know how to breed, young rugby players. And it's so different for the female game.
No, I completely agree with you. But it's been, we've had some of the best rugby players, male and female, for quite some time now, though, haven't we, Reno? And it's just only now that they've started to, have a pathway, a professional pathway, for our young girls, not just in rugby, but in rugby league too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in both codes, and a lot of codes. The unfortunate thing, we have so many great players in their positions. It's just so hard to select one, and unfortunately some of those great players long term will miss out eventually. That's just it. We just have an abundance of players, in all codes. So, hey, we've got a wealth of choice, so we're very lucky, very fortunate here in our country. We got a huge selection to pick from.
Yeah, we do. We do. And it's great that it's also coming about, especially in rugby league over there in Aussie, AJT.
Yeah, for sure, mate. It's can only get better and stronger. I've caught up with a couple of my relations down in Melbourne last weekend, and they're hopeful of getting a side within the next 3 or 4 years, and just another pathway for the girls down there.
It's all growing. Anyway, what else is happening sports-wise there, Reno?
Yeah, well, I suppose JT touched on it earlier in the leaguey talk on the Golden Boot Award. It's like, who the hell is the guy that won that one? Even Brady Fittler went to social media and kind of blew up about it as well. So, who was he that won? I thought it would have been Tedesco or Young Bellin might have got through in the end, but not to be. But, hey, my ex-girlfriend, Isabella Kelly, she won the female Golden Boot Award, and good on her. Great centre and great origin player, and plays for the Roosters, and I'm just excited for them. Good to see the girls get a Golden Boot award and for her to win that. Hey, maybe be a bit of a talk over there for young Isabella Kelly, JT.
Does she go right between the seats, Reno? Is that why she's your ex?
yeah, bloody hell, I missed the vote on that one. My sister tells me you should have get that one, bro.
Oh, hey. Oh, okay. Hard luck, eh? Better luck next time, bro. Better luck next time. Cricket, the Black Caps lost the second one-dayer last night against Pakistan. I was able to catch the first one-dayer where the Black Caps, they went on to win. But what was great was seeing Trent Boult. He got a hat-trick. So did you catch any of that there yourself, JT?
No, I didn't, mate. It's all about the Aussie cricket team over here at the moment,
right.
and the big, immense, vast hole they find themselves in. And how good is it?
Great. Awesome, eh? Boy, is it awesome.
It brings a smile to the face of a Black Cap supporter.
Isn't it just? Isn't it just? I think it was last week also a record. I think it was 46 or 47 points, or 47 runs came off one over in a... was it a... I think it was
a first game for Northern Districts?
Yes, Northern Districts and CD, Central Districts. Boy, I've got to feel sorry for the bowler in that one, though, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I remember back in the day, Poverty Bay were playing, I think it would have been Northland or Waikato, and they had a player called Graham Hick who went on to play for England, and he put Thomas Crosby from over Gladstone Road, straight sixes.
Wow.
The number one, mate, it was fantastic to see, not for poor old Tom, of course, but Graham Hick, mate, straight sixes, bang, bang, just like that.
Wow.
Like a big 6'9".
Yeah, he was a big hitter, and of course that went on to play for England, didn't he?
Yep, that's right,
Yeah, awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. So I think there's one more game that's tied so far. What else has been happening in sports, especially over there in Aussie there, JT?
The motorsports continues. There's one more round. I think Reno's the expert in that. It's at Newcastle, I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I'm not wrong. Mate, it's getting into summer sports now, so cricket obviously. The surf lifesaving kicks off with some big events up and down the coastline here in Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, even Western Australia. Mate, a couple of big golf events coming up. The USPGA, the Australian PGA is here on the Gold Coast at the end of this month, so I'll get a couple of ticks to that for a couple of days. Watch the big hitters. I think what's Beef's real name, Reno? The big bloke from America?
Don Daly.
No, they call him Beef.
Oh.
No, I can't.
Anyway, there's a couple of big names there. All the Aussie veterans are coming out to support the tour, the event as well. So, I went to one of those a couple of years ago, just to control these guys there. I remember we followed Robert Allenby around, and Robert Allenby's got a bit of a chicken past. He made up some stories about being mugged and someone stole his wallet. So, he basically got too drunk and made an ass out of himself. So we followed him around, kept chipping in his ear. Robert, you want a drink, mate? You want a beer, mate? For some reason, he declined.
No kidding. So I take it that's what you tend to do at the big tournaments when you go, I suppose, eh? Go and abuse some of the Australians. Is that right there, JT?
Well, I tend to call it encourage.
Encourage. Right. I'm glad you set us straight.
There was a couple of Kiwi boys there. There was Ryan Fox and what's the other fella's name?
Danny Lee.
Danny Lee.
Yes.
So we followed them for a little bit and tried to encourage them, and mate, it was a good couple of days.
Right. Oh, awesome stuff. What about you, Ra? Anything sporting wise coming that you can think of?
OKC Thunder, I think they've had 7 straight wins on the trot. I think our man, what's his name, got another double.
Yeah.
Old Adams. So, he's running hot at the moment. And apparently the New Zealand baseball team, the Tuataras. I think they're looking forward to next year's start to the season as part of the Australian competition. So that'll be interesting. As we all know,